Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Anybody wants to start a kirtan? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, I will chant. Shall I chant Mataji? Hare Krishna Mataji.
Prabhuji, chanting is over.
Shall I?
Prabhuji, you can
Hare
do the
Krishna,
kirtan.
Hare
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Mahamantra Kirtan.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Pranams Prabhuji.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Pranams Prabhuji. Thank you for the kirtan. Hare Krishna. Prabhuji has joined, so we will welcome Prabhuji to the ICF forum. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Pranams Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. We welcome you all. Prabhuji, you are on mute. Prabhuji, we are not able to hear. Hare Krishna.
Sorry. Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you
for
for
guidance and
giving me an opportunity to preach. Actually, Mataji, I wanted one small favor. Who can present for me, because I have prepared some slides for today's class. Actually, if I'm not wrong, today I was asked to speak on Narasimha Dev. Is it correct?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Yes, Mataji. So I want to forward the PowerPoint presentation. Whom I can forward? If somebody can ping me, I've forwarded to Ashish Prabhu and Narayani Kripa Mai Mataji. But I think both of them are not, active on WhatsApp right now. Right now, they are not looked into the messages. So whom I can forward? So
Yes,
that if
Prabhuji.
somebody, Meenakshi
Hare
Mataji,
Krishna. Meenakshi Mataji, is that possible for you?
Prabhuji, I will be logging on in mobile. So will it be Prabhuji for you if I this one it? Will it be
Even
able?
I am not. No, yeah. No, I mean, what I'm saying is devotees should be able to see it because I have another copy with me. I can view it from my.
Okay, Prabhuji. Okay,
So
Prabhuji,
if
please
they are
send it to
able
me,
to,
Prabhuji. Yeah, I'll send you
Mataji,
Hare
if you
Krishna
can just
on
say
WhatsApp, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna
Yeah.
to me. Yes, yes.
I
I
will
mean,
share
if
it.
you are
Yeah.
presenting it through mobile, will it be okay for all the
Yes, Prabhuji.
devotees? Will it look like similar like how it appears when we present it from desktop?
I'm not sure, Prabhuji, but we can try, Prabhuji. We can try, Prabhuji.
Okay. You just say Hare Krishna to me, and I will try to share
Sure, Prabhuji.
you
Yeah.
the. Mataji, just confirm me if you have received.
Yes, Prabhuji, I have received it. I'm trying to share, Prabhuji.
But it's a PPT and it will go one by one. Cursor one, first cursor, second cursor.
Sure.
Then the presentation
Sure,
will be
Prabhuji.
even better because I have put some,
Okay, Prabhuji.
one by one, how the slides move, progress by one line by another line.
Yes, Prabhuji.
I don't know whether this class will really make an impact on devotees, but I'm just making an attempt. Okay. Meanwhile, I'll just. So, Mataji, please confirm me once you are presenting it.
Sure,
And then
Prabhuji.
I
I'm trying to
will.
share it, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
Ji. You can do that. Let me. Just 1 second. Sorry, I didn't open my copy. Then I'll start the prayers. We'll be quick. I'm in my hometown, so I'm not in my office desk. So
Prabhuji,
sometime.
it some storage issues. It's saying it cannot be shared. Let me just try once more.
Is it? Okay. Meanwhile, I'll come to so that devotees are able to hear me properly. Let me see. Able to hear me? Hare
Yes,
Krishna?
Prabhuji.
Okay.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. I'll put my Bluetooth so that I'm able to. Okay, so if we can share it with somebody who can actually.
Hare Krishna, Anita Mataji.
Who can actually then share
Anita
it.
Ramya Mataji. Are you there
Hmm.
online, Mataji?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I have asked to Nupur Mataji and Ashish Prabhu also to send me the PPT Prabhuji so that I will be able to share.
No, we can
Mataji,
forward
I'll
you if
send
we
it
can
across
share.
to you.
Hare
I'll send it
Krishna, I am
across to you.
there,
1 minute.
Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji, but
Hare Krishna.
yes,
Meenakshi Mataji, can you
Hare-
send it to
I'll
me?
send it to you as well as Suma Mataji.
Okay.
Hare Krishna, yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji, I've sent it to us.
Yes, Mataji, thank you.
Okay, I'll share it. Just let me know if you can view it or not.
So, yeah, and
Yes, Prabhuji, I
yeah,
am
yeah.
able to share.
And Mataji, shall I at least begin the class with the prayers and little song? I mean, little bhajan,
Sure,
and then
Prabhuji,
start the
by then we'll
kirtan.
be ready.
Yes,
with
Prabhuji,
Yes,
you
Prabhuji.
can.
prayers. Yeah. And Kartal, again, as usual, not audible, right?
Prabhuji,
Okay.
is it visible to
That's,
all?
I think,
Hare Krishna, Mataji and
my,
Prabhuji.
Yes, yes, yes,
yes,
Yes,
Mataji, it is
Mataji.
visible.
and yeah, and put it in, when you present it, you can present it in the slide mode so that one by one things come properly.
Okay, Prabhuji, correct.
All right. Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Giri Jaya Gopi
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. You're not audible, Prabhuji.
Am I audible now?
Yes.
Sorry, I
Prabhuji.
think I got disconnected. Immediately I got back. Oh. Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjan Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjan Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radha Ras Bihari Radha Ras Bihari Radha Jaya Radha Govind Radha Govind Radhe Jaya Radha Madan Mohan Radha Madan Mohan Radhe Jaya Radha Ras Bihari Radha Ras Bihari
राधे जय राधे जय राधे राधे जय श्री राधे जय राधे जय राधे जय राधे जय श्री राधे 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 गोविंद 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 राधे गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो राधा रमण हरि गोविंद बोलो राधा रमण हरि गोविंद बोलो जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ स्वामी जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेव सुभद्रा माई जय सुदर्शना जगन्नाथ गामी नयन पथगामी नयन पथगामी बाबा तुम्हें जगन्नाथ गामी नयन पथगामी नयन पथगामी बाबा तुम्हें जयो नरसिंहदेव 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 जयो नरसिंहदेव जय प्रहलाद महाराज जयो भक्त प्रहलाद प्रहलाद महाराज जय भक्त प्रहलाद जय गौरनिताय गौरनिताय निताय गौरनिताय निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय शिला प्रभुपाद की जय गौर प्रेमानंद हरि हरि Hare Krishna, am I really audible? I know my kartal was not
Hare
audible.
No, it was audible, Prabhu. We
Yes,
could see
audible.
your kartal.
It was audible, Prabhu.
Kartal was audible?
No,
Yes,
Kartal was not audible.
No, we could see your
Oh,
kartal.
no.
It was audible. Time.
But you could
Sometime.
hear my playing kartal. Okay, sometimes
Yes.
it was audible. Okay.
I think you need to keep it near the screen. I mean, microphone. Prabhuji. Maybe that is.
Yeah, I'm wearing this this toddler, or what I should say, with cord to my ears, but wireless Bluetooth. Anyway, at least I'm able to make you all hear something. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जन शलाकया चक्षुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददति सा पदङ्किकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुधपदकमलं श्रीगुरु वैष्णवंश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सागना रघुनाथं वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसाहितं श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्रीराधाकृष्ण पदान् सह गणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च हे कृष्ण करुण सिंधु दीनबन्धो जगत्पदे गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृष्णभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yat kripatamaham vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam. Saved mana Krishna padara vindayo. Saved mana Krishna padara vindayo. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So Hare Krishna, I have been asked to give a presentation on the Lord Nrsimhadev because tomorrow is a very auspicious day of Nrsimha Chaturdashi and we'll be fasting till dusk, twilight, and then thereon have Ekadashi Prasadam. But if you are not well or you are suffering from BP, thyroid, or any other medication, then follow as per your doctor's advice. But at least you don't need to fast till dusk, but you can have prasadam based on the Ekadashi standards. So with this, I congratulate all of you and that we are able to come surpass of a pandemic and we are slowly progressing in our yatra. And each and every one of us have individual set of issues and problems. And I strongly believe and on the belief of Kunti Maharani that when you have troubles in life, although you don't ask for them like Kunti Maharani, because we are not as exalted as her, but I know we are untold Kunti Maharanis in our individual lives because we don't ask for suffering and suffering comes in bulk. My volume is a little low, so do I have to speak little louder? Is it okay, Prabhuji?
Yes,
Do I?
it is okay. Prabhuji.
Okay. All right. So you all can increase the volume to your highest or maybe whatever. So I strongly believe, and it is my 22 to 23 years of experience with devotees that, and with those people who are not yet devoted to Krishna, it is really a very hard time when you undergo miseries in life. There is no question about it. No question about it. Physical ailment or any mishaps in the family. But it actually works subconsciously or unsubconsciously. Means we may subconsciously know or we may not know. But we can turn these odd circumstances of our life in our favor. And with that, it helps us in two ways. One, that our prayers, when we come in bhakti, we are told to do pray. We are asked to pray God or worship Him. So our prayers to the Lord become more intensive when we are in pain, because we don't take things for granted and our extra wings of the material life are clipped and we remain not in a parachute or a glider, but we remain walking on the path of Krishna consciousness. We don't start taking God, who is Krishna, for granted. Although His mercy will be always and is always there with us, but we may not be able to perceive that misery or that mercy when we make mistakes in devotional life. Although he just takes away our understanding towards him for a temporary phase, and then he returns that memory to us. And he returns his, we are able to gauge his mercy. We are able to at least notice that he is really helping, even when I felt that God was not there with me. But we have to understand from the association of devotees what are the certain forms of the Lord who can really help us continue our journey in an undeviated way. And one of the form of the Lord is the Lord Narasimhadeva, the form of a Lord. We call him as the protector of devotees. So I hope you all agree with whatever little understanding we all have, that you all have a very strong belief that Lord Narasimhadev is the protector of devotees. Do you all agree with it?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
Prabhuji.
Haribol, Haribol. So this we come to know and realize when we are in the association of devotees, and you will be very lucky if you understand this concept even without the association of devotee. It is, I feel, very difficult otherwise. So we can put it in a presentation mode, Mataji. Whoever is Mataji you are presenting, if you can put it in a slide mode.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. The first slide is on. Second, do you want me to go to the second slide?
No. I'm saying, is it on the presentation mode? You are still not on the presentation. You are on the slide mode. You have to be on the presentation mode. If you go on top and say slideshow and from the beginning, then you will get what I'm saying. You go to slide mode, because devotees are able to see the left slides, which they need not. So go on to the
Mataji, you have to click on the
slideshow
icon, which is like a glass. Sorry, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
No problem. Go ahead, and whoever can help her. There is one more. You can say edit or whatever that is coming. You can put that. I will share with all of you. Just
Yes, Mataji. Set up slideshow. It's there, no? Yeah.
First of all, enable that. No, that something is. No, why are we going there in the? Just go on to the slideshow and then from beginning. That's all. Do you see slideshow? And from beginning,
Yes,
left.
Prabhuji. In slideshow, where, Prabhuji?
From beginning, left. Yes, extreme left. Yes. Right. Wonderful. Hari. So I hope it is visible. Is it visible to everybody now?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. So you can just put another cursor and keep going. So today, already we have 24 minutes already passed. All right. So Mataji, put one more cursor so that it just goes ahead, or the arrow sign towards the right, because still the slide is not complete. Okay. So you see in your keyboard the right and the left and the top and the bottom. So the right sign you should put, and it will move ahead.
I'm doing it, Prabhuji, but correct. I'm doing it, Prabhuji.
Okay. Good. All right. You can move ahead now. Yes. All right. So we all Vaishnavas are devotees of Krishna, and when we come in the association of Krishna, we revive our original Swarupa. What is our original Swarupa? Is that we are Jiver Swarupa Krishna Nityadas. We are eternal servants of Our Swarup is that we are eternal servitors of Krishna. Now, when we say servant, don't think that word as a servant from a material standpoint, because servants are generally kept being paid, and then we may or may not be able to treat them properly. But certainly, we don't hand over our house properties to our servants. Is there anybody who has done that? Maybe very old, and when the servant almost becomes like a child, and the person doesn't have any children, then he handovers the property to the servant himself. But that's a very rare case. I have witnessed that in my personal life in one of the known people's case, and but that person did a lot of service to him. So this is not that kind of servantship. When we say we serve Krishna and we are his Mamai Vamshaji related, we are his part and parcel. So we worship and serve Krishna eternally in his world. Mataji, you can move forward. You can move forward. Yes. All right. Okay. Good. So, time immemorial, we were created, but we don't know when we got dropped in this material world. Of course, we are now in material world, so the entire presentation, understanding, and this concept of having Nrsimhadev in our life is from the material point of view, moving our journey and yatra towards the spiritual life. So when we are in the material world, the epitome knowledge of a soul existing in Kali Yuga is worship through chanting. Kali Kal Naam Rupe Krishna Avatara Naam Haite Haya Sarva Jagat Nishtara. In Kali Kal Naam Rupe Krishna Avatar means Krishna comes in the form of holy name. And in the similar fashion, Nama Chintamani Krishnas Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purnaha Shuddha Nitya Mukto Abhinatvam Nama Namino. Would somebody like to read the translation, what I have just read? So we will have some interactive sessions.
Shall I,
If somebody
Prabhuji?
would-
May I read?
Yes, yes. Anybody, yes, Mataji.
The
Even
holy
coordinator
name of
Mataji.
Krishna. The holy name of Krishna is transcendently blissful. It bestows all spiritual benedictions, for it is Krishna himself, the reservoir of all pleasure. Krishna's name is complete, and it is the form of all transcendental mellows. It is not a material name under any condition, and it is no less powerful than Krishna himself. Since Krishna's name is not contaminated by the material qualities, there is no question of its being involved with Maya. Krishna's name is always liberated and spiritual. It is never conditioned by the laws of material nature. This is because the name of Krishna and Krishna himself are identical. Madhya Leela 17/133. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, pranams.
Haribol, Haribol. So the most striking line in this is Krishna's name is always liberated and spiritual. Always we should remember why we worship Krishna, because he is beyond his energies, he is the energetic. He is never bound by his energies. All the energies are produced by him, but he is not subjected to his own conditions laid by his energies. So it is very, very, very natural that if suppose you are in a mud pool, somebody who is not in the mud pool can pull you out. So most of the devotees, when we come here, we seek to the supreme help of Krishna, and that help it may come in the form of the spiritual master, which is Guru. Then Sadhu Sangha means the devotee association. Shastra means the literature. So all these are forms of Krishna's energy. These are Krishna's energy for a soul's journey towards his own creator. As I have been always telling you, that we should have complete faith on Krishna, that today we may not able to ask Krishna to come and show him to us, although he can give us Divya Chakshu like Arjuna and show us. But it is not happening. Even if you shout with lot of cry, it seems Krishna seldom comes. It may come in your dream. He may come in your dream. But it's not guaranteed. So that means if Krishna still exists, and that is a guarantee that he's existing, but we are not able to exercise our love and see his immediate reciprocation. We are so used to seeing his so immediate reaction in the spiritual world, but when we are dropped in the material world, we see this gap. And that's the reason why we sometimes start feeling problems in life. Is it really helping me to be in Krishna consciousness? I am doing so much, but still I am not growing. Nothing is happening. Krishna is not reciprocating. Even sometimes devotees don't respect me. And most of the times devotees will really tell, let me be very frank with you, if you are really progressing in life, you will see nobody giving you respect, even devotees and those who are not currently devotees. It's a typical behavior of the material world that every step you will lose confidence. Every step you will be challenged. Every step tears will come from your eyes. Every step you don't know what's going to happen the next moment. Yada yada padam tesham da vipadam. Any vipada can come. Pad pad. Even Prabhupada writes this in the introduction of Bhagavatam, that you don't, the pangs of material nature are so strict. But if we believe in Krishna and Prabhupada, if we believe in this system, as much as we are tortured by the gap of Krishna not reciprocating, once we surpass this exam of material world, the reciprocation of Krishna to us will be equally proportionally available to us. That is also true. So why Krishna is putting us in such a world is to revive our intensity towards Krishna. So there are certain methods by which, and certain forms of the law, which help us to fulfill this gap or continue our devotional journey without the botheration of this gap that Krishna is not immediately reciprocating. Yet, with steady mind, we progress towards Krishna. So, let's move forward. Mataji, next slide. So, what are we devotees doing? When I'm saying we are chanting regularly, I'm saying we are doing Mangal Aarti regularly. We are associating with devotees regularly. We are avoiding all sorts of nonsensical sense gratification things like watching movies, unnecessary reading unnecessary books. We are avoiding unauthorized food. We are avoiding even to an extent of tea, coffee, and cold drinks and onion garlic. Despite all that, we are maintaining our sadhana and chanting, but we are full of fears. So if you all agree that we are full of fears, please raise your hands. Despite whatever I have told you we are doing. Can you raise your hand? I am raising my hand. I am full of fears. Okay. So there are at least, few souls who really realize that, yes, it is a fearful situation. I'll give you an example, a glimpse. Have you seen some Kirtan video of devotees They look so peaceful, dancing. And so it has happened in my real life. I noticed one Prabhu dancing very nicely in Kirtan, and he was an American. And it so happened that I had been to that congregation later on, and I spoke to him and I saw, Prabhu, I seen you in the videos. And he said, yeah, Prabhu. And then I was there for a few months. So one of the session, I said, wow, Prabhu, I also want to have that same ecstasy. He said, Prabhu, wo sirf video hai. I said, so? But Prabhu, if you see, do you think I am that blissful always, that what you saw me in the video, because you got really impressed by me? And I said, Prabhu, no. And later on, in fact, he moved on from US to Singapore. And while I was saying this, I said, why are you saying this? He said, Prabhu, meri to sari blissi ud gayi, mera kal hi job chala gaya. And in next 1 month, even I was a visitor there in US. Within 1.5 months, his family had to leave US and take the job in Singapore. Now, I'm trying to tell you something. He was initiated devotee like me. I'm also trying to follow. He's trying to follow. And suddenly one day he's been out of job. Some material problem came and his whole bliss went away. And he was so sad to leave US because he was really having a good association of devotees, and as well as he was materially getting benefited, being paid in dollars in US. And that's the reason why a lot of devotees go. So, because along with the sadhana, at least for your old age, you may get some money. So devotees are chanting, means devotees are following all the principles regularly, yet we are full of fears. I just gave you a practical example. So why this happens? Mataji, let's move on to our next slide. Yeah. So this happens because misery is any kind of incident happening with us. It is the strength of the mind, or how our mind is structured, or how our mind understands the philosophy of Krishna consciousness, or in simple words, I should say, how we are trained to be watchful of our mind. To that intensity, suffering will impact us and will change our mood, and we will suffer from mood swings. Now, when this devotee whom I met, he went to Singapore, he sent me an email after 3 months, and I'm all talking about 2007 and 8, all this incident. There was a huge depression in the market, and a lot of people, devotees, lost their jobs. And after 3 months, he sent me another video dancing. And he said, Prabhu, do I look you more blissful now in this video than the other one? And I said, yes. And he then said, Prabhu, my realization is that I was in the video one in US dancing very happily, very enjoying, but suddenly my all happiness went away. And I had to literally slog and shift from one continent to another continent. And I don't want to go back to India. So I settled in Singapore somehow with some job. And I'm still back in my flavor. And at least I'm not able to earn so much as in US, but in Singapore, I'm still earning better than India. So I'm happy. But this fluctuation was very torturing, Prabhu. and this is a very big example that, we all undergo these problems in life. So why? And I asked him, what could you do it? He said, the only thing which kept me going in this entire scenario was I was chanting. I was trying to be watchful in my mind that I should not feel that, oh, the whole world has fallen on my head and there's no one to take care of me. I kept on believing that maybe Krishna has some plans. Maybe Krishna has some plans. Maybe Krishna has some other way for me to go about. My son and the daughter were studying very happily in those schools. Maybe Krishna wanted me to come closer to India because my parents are growing older. And he gave me certain reasons. of why Krishna might have done this to me, or my fate made me do this, or my karmas, or whatever. But what we learn from all this incident is this happens as an example. This may happen with us in so many other ways. As you all know, my mother suffering. So sometimes I feel why my so much of time I can spend in Krishna consciousness, I have to spend with my parents, and which is fair enough. They gave me so much time, so I don't mind that. They gave me time to bring to this platform that I can finish my education, got me married, and now I am settled. So I'm giving them their time, what they invested on me, and I am giving them the love, what they invested on me. So I am giving them, paying back them. And it is, we are paying with the basis of love. And so I love my mother and she loves me. Even at this stage of cancer, since I am in UP, Lucknow, 48 degrees centigrade temperature. And we are hearing North India is going to cross 51. So at this point of time, she's suffering. Still, she is trying to make lassi for me, that sweet curd milk, and she's trying to serve me as a mother. And I really feel very saddened when I see that this lady has, suffering, and still she's caring for her son. And she goes to the kitchen and will do on her own and get me something. Although I have employed a cook for her so that she doesn't have to do, because she's not in that stage she can frequently cook. She has been cooking all the life, 40 years of her life. And now she's in 4th stage of cancer. So you have to be very practical. You just cannot, throw her in the kitchen and let her work the way normally a healthy body does, or a healthy person does. So all this shows us we have to be very watchful of mind. So in Srimad Bhagavatam 5.6.2, it is said, Sat Rishir Uvacha Satyam Uktam Kintu Iha Va Ekena Manaso Adha Vishrambham Anavasthanasya Shatha Kiritaiva Sangachante. Somebody would like to read this translation? Anybody would like to read?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Prabhuji. Hare
Yes,
Krishna.
please.
Translation. Srila Sukadeva Goswami replied, My dear king, you have spoken correctly. However, after capturing animals, a cunning hunter does not put faith in them, for they might run away. Similarly, those who are advanced in spiritual life do not put faith in the mind. Indeed, they always remain vigilant and watch the mind's action. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Pranams.
Haribol. So I'll give you a very classic example in the association of devotee, how mind can actually lead you against devotees themselves. Okay. You will notice most of us are congregation devotees. We go home, we are grihasthas, we come back. Even some devotees are there as brahmacharis staying in the temple. But we all know that there are everybody, even the temple president and even the servant to the servant of the temple, everybody goes through mood swings. So you have to take that as default. So sometimes you will notice you saw some devotee and he looked at you, but he didn't say Hare Krishna to you. And you said Hare Krishna and he didn't even reply to you. And he looked into your eyes, he just went away, and you felt, this devotee is not even replying me back, Hare Krishna. That means this devotee is really very, either he's angry with me or he's little devotee who's, he's just ignoring me. He thinks he's a very big devotee, and your mind starts thinking bad about that devotee. This is a very proven example in ISKCON. But we don't know that that devotee, when he was looking into your eyes, actually, he was just looking into your eyes and there was an eye connection, but he was thinking something else. It happens with all of us. I'm looking at somebody, but I'm thinking something else. And it has happened with me personally that I also noticed somebody not saying something, and I didn't really meant that way, because generally I do those services where I'm able to interact with many number of devotees. So I usually am practiced Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So I said one or two times to one devotee, he couldn't. And then he himself realized and he came to me and said, Premadatta, sorry, morning you said, hey, Prabhu, I was in a little hurry. I hope you don't mind. But good that I have been in this environment for many years. So we generally, we don't mind all these things. Sometimes we ask some devotees, they don't do, that doesn't mean they just fall from our eyes. 99% of the times we devotees keep doing what we want. Okay? We keep doing what we want. And we'll say, we are devotees, we are devotees. We keep doing our things, even inside the temple. But we don't mind. That's what Krishna wants. Even in spiritual world, we all have our individuality. We all have our own opinion. We can follow our opinion as long as we intersect at Krishna. That's the point. So if somebody doesn't agree with you, so you agree to disagree. That I agree that there will be some disagreement. So agree to disagree, and then still you be a good friend to him. No, he's not listening to me. Today onwards, I stop talking to him. All these are the watchful things of mind. Mataji, let's move forward. I hope these examples will. So, unwatched mind creates fears. What do you understand by unwatched mind? And I'm sorry, this presentation I prepared in 3-4 hours, but this can go on for 3-4 hours, and I don't have time. So I'm not asking questions to you. That what do you think means an unwatched mind? If somebody can just quickly tell me what is an unwatched mind. Otherwise, I'll
We
just
don't think about what we are thinking, Prabhuji. If we don't,
We are not watching our thoughts, Prabhuji.
Good. Exactly. So we don't really. Yeah. Sorry, I'm sorry. No time left with me, so I'm just rushing these slides. But I wish I could have got more time. But anyway, so you are all correct. Unwatchful mind means when we are just thinking anything and everything, and we just don't care what we are thinking. Right? Exactly what one devotee said, that we don't really think what we are thinking. Means हमने किसी का बुरा सोचा, हमें बुरा भी नहीं लग रहा कि हमें किसी का बुरा लग रहा है. ये समझ रहे हैं आप? I am thinking bad about a devotee or anybody in this world who is not even currently devoted. I'm thinking continuously bad about him, but I don't even realize that I'm thinking actually bad. But I feel I am right. Because he didn't say Hare Krishna to me, he is bad. Not even thinking, even think why he may be going through certain circumstances. Forget about devotees. A person who just don't respect devotee, he respects every living entity, is a devotee. Sometimes we devotees only love devotees. We don't cross our affection towards non-devotees. Now, non-devotees are those who are currently not devoted, but remember, in one or the other birth, they will become more devoted than us. Then what? So always think everybody is more intelligent than us. So unwatchful mind is the one which does not even bother to think what he's thinking. He's okay. He thinks whatever he's thinking is all correct. So what to do? We all know that to become watchful, we must chant, right? But let's go forward. What to do? So there is one form of the Lord which will help you to keep the watch on your mind. And who is he? Worship and pray to the Lord Nrsimhadev for protecting this watchfulness of your mind. Nrsimhadev Bhagavan ki jai. Now you may be thinking, how come Nrsimhadev can help me? He is known as Vigna Vinashaya Nrsimhadev. You are not able to progress in life, that is a Vigna. Correct? That is a obstacle in your life. Prahlad Maharaj was worshipping or wanted to pray and worship and live a Vishnu life. Vishnu conscious life means Krishna conscious life. There was an obstacle in the form of his father and his teachers and some of the people around him. So what did he do? He worshipped Krishna so much that Krishna had to come down in the form of Narsinghadev to remove his obstacles. And that is why we say, Vigna Vinashaya Narsimhadev Bhagavan ki jai. So in the previous slide, when we are getting obstacles of our own mind and we don't even realize those obstacles, then we worship Narsinghadev for protection. I will dwell in certain other coming slides on what are the practical things I have noticed devotees doing with Narsinghadev. I can take that point right away. But I thought it will just, anyway, it is going to come in the later slides. So let's move forward. So let's quickly, I'll go very quick with the slides. All these are very explanatory slides. We know how did Lord appeared in this in this world is that once there were some sages who visited the Vaikuntha Loka. They wanted to see the Lord, and they crossed the 6 doors, and they were Sanaka Sanatana and Sanatana Sanat Kumar. They visited the Vaikuntha, and these sages, they had already crossed the 6 gates. On the 7th gate, they were stopped by 2 gatekeepers of the 7th door, which were Jaya and Vijaya. And that was their job to stop, but that stopping was not taken well by the sages. And they are one of the most primal, beings created by, Brahma. And so they are one of the most primal, most initial devotees of Krishna. So they are not ordinary. They look to be very children, not wearing clothes, but they are highly, highly exalted devotees that they even refused Brahma and said, we don't want to get all into your stuff. So we want to proceed to worship our Supreme. And he couldn't even stop them. So they were stopped by these 2 gatekeepers. One whose Brahma could not stop them. They were stopped by the gatekeepers and they cursed. So let's see this, that they cursed these 2 gatekeepers that you will take birth in the material world and stay away from your own Lord, to whom you don't let us serve or meet Krishna. Now I'll give you an example. And so we all know that Jai Vijay were born as Hiranyakashipu and Aranyakashipu. Okay. I want to tell you one more realization of my life. Hare Krishna, devotees, please remember one thing. We have to learn from this lesson that whenever we are in Krishna consciousness, and if somebody asks you for some service, which will enable him to meet Krishna in the end of his life, never block his service. Never do injustice. Never start thinking from your mind perspective, he is not fit. He is this. He does not know how to give class. He does not know how he can paint. He does not know how he can do kirtan. He does not know anything. Although you know he's a trained guy, he's this or that, but you may stop him and because you feel you don't like this person. So iske liye hamesha aap yaad rakho ki if a person is not able to let you serve with Krishna or serve Krishna, what he will give Krishna to you? That other person who is deprived of Krishna's service, he can shout in his heart and say, if you are not letting me serve Krishna, you are not giving me services in Krishna, how will you give me Krishna in the end? अरे जब तुम मुझे सेवा नहीं देने दे रहे हो भगवान की, तो मुझे कृष्ण क्या दोगे तुम? कृष्ण प्रेम क्या दोगे? ये बहुत बड़ा रियलाइजेशन है प्रभु जी माता जी, और ये हम डिवोटीज के बीच में बहुत होता है. It happens that we deprive and sometimes we cut each other's name in this service. हटाओ इसको, नहीं करो ऐसा, नहीं करो, किसी को नहीं पता कौन कब मर जाएगा. Nobody knows who is going to die. So give as much as you can transparently. I have created this presentation. I will not give rights to any other devotee. Baba, तुमको जो आंखें, नाक, कान, मुंह, मस्तिष्क, whatever brain and power of making this presentation given by Krishna, you have no rights on this presentation. So if any of you ask this, Premadatta, give us this presentation, I'll show it to my kids, I'll show it to somebody, I'll also give presentation about Nrsimhadev to others. I have no rights to stop this presentation to be given. But I have experienced this myself. When I was in a youth and I was coming up, there were certain device slides which we were never given. And still that pain is in my heart. Why? I could have also preached to others, but we were never given. So don't do that. Don't do that which hurts others. So give as much as you can. Give as much as you can. Yara dekhe tara kahe Shri Krishna Updesh. Prabhupada says from the second day itself, no, Mataji, it's only or your second day. How can you preach? Prabhupada says second day itself a soul can preach. Give him as much as you can. Let him make presentations. He will make some mistakes. Correct him. Don't correct him in everyone's face, in front of everybody. Correct him. Let him. Everybody came from Goluka. Everybody is going to go back to Goluka. Today, you may find your scanny eyes, small eyes, don't appreciate him. But Lord is appreciating him. So like this, there is some chemistry going between the Jaya and Vijaya and Sanat Kumaras. Ultimately, we see this, that they were cursed. Mataji, let's go to the next slide. And immediately, Lord comes in front of these sages and say that you have come here and whatever the punishments, Jai Vijay, you all devotees have given to them is ordained by me. So if you are very truthful and if you are very transparent, sometimes devotees of their level, not our level, if they commit something, Lord is there to protect. Actually, cursing is never considered to be a curse. Means some anger is there. Even Narad Muni cursed Nilakubera and Manugruva to form Arjuna Yamala trees for the pastimes of Damodar Leela. But certain exalted devotees, they are so much in the thoughts of Krishna and they are so much always in the level of Krishna consciousness is so high that their activities are ordained by the Lord himself. We should never emulate. I spoke very roughly to devotee. And then I say, Prabhu, maybe Krishna's wish that I have to speak so roughly to you. We should not do. Devotees of our level. Every devotee, whoever is present in this planet, of course, our spiritual master may scold us. You should not feel. It's up to him. If he scolds us, so what? He's a spiritual master. He can scold us. Or some senior devotee literally scolds you in person. क्यों कर रहे हो ऐसा? बोला ना चाय छोड़ दो. कब छोड़ोगे चाय? When will you leave tea? All this scolding is okay. But unnecessarily scolding, unnecessarily torturing devotees should not be done. These are all pastimes of the Lord which controlled by Lord himself. Mataji, let's move forward. So we all know Jai Vijay took birth in this material form as the Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. So both the brothers were the sons of Kashyapa and Aditi, Muni and Aditi. Now, we all know, can you move forward? This is all very explanatory. You can use these slides for giving presentations to new devotees and even to, sharing to devotees, whenever. And this presentation I have already forwarded to devotees. If you really find this presentation useful. So Lord Varaha, the boar incarnation, killed Hiranyaksha in a battle. We all know this. So the boar, the pig form of the Lord Varaha, Krishna, Vishnu, killed Hiranyaksha, who happens to be the brother of Hiranyakashipu. And Hiranyakashipu was, because of this, he's challenged Supreme Lord Vishnu, and he wanted to kill Supreme Lord Vishnu. And so he, can you move to the next slide, please? Hiranyakashipu undertook a severe penance at Mandrachala to please the Lord, to Lord Brahma, and to avenge the death of Hiranyaksha. And so Lord Brahma after his penance, appeared in front of him, and he asked to grant immortality. Now it is said that Brahma himself is not immortal. 100 days, he needs 100 nights, and he is also has to leave the post, or has to leave the body of Brahma. Mataji, you can just go back one slide, and I'll come quickly to that also. So Brahma says, I cannot give you power of immortality, but then you ask me something else. And then so he says, okay, I should not be killed at any place, any daytime, nighttime, not by any weapons, shastra. And he requested to grant him supremacy over entire universe and perfection in mystic powers. And so receiving these benedictions, we all know Hiranyakashipu terrorized the entire universe, and he conquered the 10 directions and literally brought everybody under his control. And because of this, everybody got, even Devi Devatas were saying, Try Mam, save us from this person. Let's move on to the next slide. So we all know that when Hiranyakashipu went to Mandrachala, Mataji, you can move to the next slide. When he was doing this, executing these severe austerities, his wife, who was pregnant, the demigods who were headed by Indra, they attacked the demons and arrested Kayadu. They wanted to kill the child who was in the womb of Kayadu. Kayadu is the wife of Hiranyakashipu, who was about to deliver a baby. And Narada Mahishi stopped Indra and other demigods that the child whom you are trying to kill in the womb of Kayadu, the wife of Hiranyakashipu, he is going to be a great devotee of the Lord, so don't kill him. And so Narad Muni took Kayadu to his hermitage and gave her instructions on spiritual knowledge, so that the child in the womb of Kayadu, who was also listening to the instructions of Narada Muni, became a great devotee of Lord Vishnu. Such is the eternal pastimes of the Lord and his devotees. Let's move on to the next slide, please. And this baby boy turned out to be in the form of Prahlada. Mataji, you can move on to the next slide. So Prahlada instructs his classmates. So this devotee turns out to be Prahlad Maharaj for us. And this Prahlada, the son of Hiranyakashipu and Kayadu, was taught by Chanda and Amarka, the two sons of Shukracharya, who was the guru of Hiranyakashipu himself. They tried to teach him politics, economics, and other material affairs, but he was already taught, pre-educated by Narad Muni in the womb of his mother Kayadu by Narad Muni. So he was already a very intelligent soul in the knowledge of Krishna. And he was, although born in a demon's family, he was almost the purest Brahmana you can ever imagine. And when Hiranyakashipu came to know about this, he extremely got angry, and we can move on to the next slide, please. He started chastising his own son. How? As you all see different photos, they threw him into the, it said that they threw him onto the waterfall, and they tried drowning him. They tried throwing him in the pit where a lot of snakes were there. A lot of demons attacked him. They tried trampling him with the elephant. And what his own father, Hiranyakashipu, tried, breaking his neck, but nothing could really impact Prahlad Maharaj. So Prahlad Maharaj underwent so many tribulations. At one point of time, I will give you a glimpse. The first time when Kayadu brought Prahlad Maharaj, after Sanda Amarka's education, he made our Prahlad Maharaj sit on his lap, and he was smelling the forehead of Prahlad Maharaj, and he was so happy that he's a son. And then he said, "Oh, my dear son, what did you learn? What did you learn in with Sanda Amarka?" And he started narrating that beautiful shloka. And he started telling that there are 9 types of devotional service to Krishna, and I am Krishna's devotee, and I love Krishna. And he started glorifying Krishna so much that he threw him from his lap, and then he realized what teaching Hiranyakashipu and Aranyakashipu have, what teaching, despite you be the son of Hiranyakashipu, and your elder papa, his elder father was Aranaksha, or you have brought a bad name to my brother and me. And like this, he kept torturing. And one day it so happened that he asked him, looking at a pillar, "If you say God is everywhere, is this God within this pillar?" Mataji, move on to the next slide. And we all know what happened. Is your God within this pillar? Move on to the next slide, Mataji. And we know what happened. Lord Nrsingadev manifests from the pillar. And move on to the next slide, Mataji. And Nrsingadev annihilates Hiranyakashipu. Bolo Nrsingadev Bhagwan ki jai. So,
Jai.
Jai. I can make some sounds and say Hari Bol like that, but sometimes some devotees don't want that, So but I'm in my very close association of devotees whom I like and whom I associate more, I sometimes behave like that, Hari Bol. And because when I was brought in Krishna consciousness, there was one devotee by name Paritosh Prabhu. Oh my God. And he said, Pratik Prabhu. And suddenly I will act now. Okay, you may not like what I'm doing now, but I remember, close my eyes and I see Paritosh Prabhu explaining me for the first time how Nrsingadev manifested. He said, Paritosh Prabhu, he was telling me, and in the pillar, Nrsingadev just coming out, Pratik Prabhu. That time I was not even initiated. It's why I'm talking about 2000, 2001. And he said, and he broke the pillar. And Nrsingadev with his fearful form, Hari Bol, and with his nails. Like that, he used to act in front of me. And like a small child, I used to look at him. I was already 22, 21-year-old, but I used to become like a 2-year-old boy in front of, like this, spellbound in front of Paritosh Prabhu. He was an initiated devotee, second initiated that time. I was just 1 year in Krishna conscious. He is a second initiated devotee, cooking 3,000 devotees prasadam at one time in Mayapur Yatras. He was my initial person who introduced me to Nrsingadev. And he said, Pratik Prabhu, dekho, all my hairs are standing. All my hairs are standing. Are your hairs are standing or not? Look, Nrsingadev is appearing. And I was like, my hand started trembling and I could fear. And then he said, immediately he showed me the photo of Nrsingadev as bow down, and I bowed down. And that was my first experience of Nrsingadev Bhagavan. Oh, I was like amazed. This is the way how preaching has to be done. He just cut my entire body in 2 pieces. And my mind, everything was cut into 100 pieces by Paritosh Prabhu. So much impact of Nrsingadev on my head. And then immediately on the 2nd day or 3rd day of my ISKCON, I think it was hardly 16th day of ISKCON, you should chant 16 rounds and leave tea, coffee. Hari Bol. Nrsingadev Bhagwan ki jai. Like that he told me. And I said, Hari Bol, I promise you, Nrsingadev Bhagwan, I will never take tea, coffee. This is around, I think 2000 or 99, 2000. He said, you will never touch the demon Hiranyakashipu tea and Hiranyaksha coffee. I said, no, I will not. And immediately I became away from these sinful activities. Bolo Paritosh Prabhu ki jai. That is how I was changed by this one devotee of Paritosh Prabhu with the help of Nrsingadev Bhagwan. And he told me, whenever you feel like this obstacle of Vigna Vinashaya, Nashingadev, remember, you will be able to leave tea and coffee. So move on to the next slide, which is to protect our chanting and devotional service. We should protect the law. We should ask for the prayers from the Lord to protect our chanting and devotional service, to protect our mind from deviating from the supreme truth. What do you mean by supreme truth? Okay, I know Krishna is supreme, but somebody told me that you should put tilaka. So put tilaka now. What is the problem in putting tilaka? But your mind will tell you, don't put tilaka. What others will say, what papa will say, mummy will say, wife will say. Are you impress them? Slowly put tilaka. In office you can remove, but protect your mind from deviation from supreme truth, because slowly then not putting tilaka becomes a fashion. Although you were putting a tilaka, but 20 years you started avoiding putting tilaka so that nobody should know, then you will really lose the essence of putting tilaka. I am talking for me, myself. I keep these fears in my mind. No, I should put tilaka. So we all devotees, generally we stay in the association of devotees most of the time, we put tilaka. So these are one example. Let's move next. So we have to pray to Lord Nashingadev. Somebody can read these three things, 3 lines.
So, ma'am, I'm reading Prabhu.
Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, go ahead.
To vanquish all obstacle that may be faced on the path of devotional service, to become free from our own cunning and deceitful behavior, and advance in the worship of Radha Krishna. When we start any yatra or voyage or any work, or you want to invoke auspiciousness.
Yes, so these are the certain practical examples. Whenever I visited Vrindavan, I took my mother. She was not well, but I still took her to Vrindavan, taking her to on 24th to Ram Lala's darshan. I started singing Narsingha Aarti. How? Because I saw other devotees, my seniors, doing that. I learned from them. Whenever I have left my home, they say if you are making your deity sleep in the altar, but if you have photo of Narsinghadev, you can keep the Narsinghadev photo on so that he will protect you. But now I start putting him also to rest, not because some devotee said, why are you torturing him? So like this, devotees keep improving you, right? You move towards Narsinghdev's, and sometimes when you felt you were chanting and suddenly you started remembering about something else and you forgot that you are chanting, that means it's something your mind focus is losing. You said Ugram Veeram Mahavishnu Jwalantam Sartumukam Narsimham Bhisham Badram Nityam Namamyam. एक बार ये वाला मंत्र बोल लिया, श्री नरसिम्हा जय जय श्री नरसिम्हा प्रहलादेश जय पद्मा मुख पद्मा वृंगम. Itna bola, we spoke this much, and then you say your Guru Pranami mantra, and then Hare Krishna, Krishna, full one round. Then, if you are losing concentration, again, Ugram Veeram Mahavishnu Jalantam Sarpamukam Narsimham Bhisham Badam Nityam Namami Shri Narsimha Jaya Shri Narsimha Prahlada Jaya Padma Mukha Padma Vringa. Then Guru Pranami, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. This time I will not debate from Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare. मेरे काउंसलर ने मुझे ऐसे ही सिखाया. Used to act like this. ऐसे मारो. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram. Paritosh Prabhu used to, hold my head and bang it in the wall. Okay, I'm not saying you should do it. But a devotee of my thick-skinned devotee like me, Krishna punished me like anything. Mara isko, pakad ke do. Patak. He literally used to beat me. Hey, chant properly. But it was all out of love. And he used to hug me, then he used to put me. Simply what he wanted from me was to chant properly. That's all. And I took all his beatings. He threw my phone into the water bucket because I was talking on the phone. And that time, Nokia colored screen. I lost all my phone contacts, everything. I am not saying this is a recommended way. But Narsinghadev taught me in a very hard way, which I don't recommend, but it can be done for certain devotees like me. Because I was that kind of devotee who, I was supposed to be hit with leg, not with hands, legs. So Krishna taught me. Then I became like this. Whatever I am today is because of Paritosh Prabhu and devotees who initially brought me. I am able to become simple and okay. I was a very ganda devotee, very bad devotee I was. But devotee kya tha? I was a very bad person. Okay. So I became good. I mean, thoda bahut to acha ban gaya na ki so that you all devotees are respecting me and hearing me Nrsimhadev Path. Itna to bana diya na Paritosh Prabhu ne. Do you all agree? He has at least made me so much that Ashish Prabhu is asking me to come and give class. Still, certain devotees don't give me classes. It's okay. What can we do? Nobody, everyone, not every, you cannot please everybody in this world. Okay, but those devotees brought me to this level that I am able to speak about Nrsimhadev. Let's move forward. I know I'll quickly. So there are certain interesting facts I wanted to bring. Okay. So Lord Chaitanya used to hear about Prahlad Maharaj and the pastimes of Nrsimhadev. You know how? Gadadhara pade nasa mukhe bhagavata sunaina prakashe prabhu prema bhavayata Prahlada charitra aradhuvera charitra shatavritti kariya sunena swahita. Somebody wants to read this? If it is visible. Can you read this?
Krishna
If it is
Prabhu.
visible.
Hare
Yes,
Krishna.
yes, read. You have less time, so read it quickly.
Whenever Sri Gadadhara would recite the Prahlada Charitra and Dhruva Charitra from Bhagavatam, the Lord would manifest various symptoms of love. Love. The Lord would hear the glories of Prahlada and Dhruva hundreds of times. Sri Chaitanya
Haribol.
Bhagavata, Antya Leela 10, 13 and 14. Thank you, Prabhu.
Haribol. Okay, so now let's move on to the next slide. Okay, so remember these points for preaching. How Nrsimhadev glories and Prahlad Maharaj glories were listened even by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Krishna himself in the mood of Radharani. So Lord Nrsimha at Shiva Sangam. So let me give you one pastime. If you all can just give me, some more time. It's a long pastime, but I'll try to make it short. So at Shiva Sangana in Mayapur, the Shivas used to, he had a deity of Nrsimha killing Hiranyakashipu in his Angan. And the deity is placed in just front of the Panchatattva deities. Okay. So one day what happened is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to Shiva's Pandita's house and he manifested the mood of Nrsimhadev in his Angan. And his Angan was famous for doing kirtans throughout the night and Prakash Leela, where he showed that Lord Chaitanya showed that who are all his eternal associates and why he has come to propagate the holy name. Like this. This Angan is very powerful and very famous because the entire Sankirtan movement started from there. So what happened is that one day he came and he assumed the mood of Nrsimhadev and he opened the door of Shiva Sagan, and he was actually meditating on Nrsimhadev, Shivas, and he saw that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and opened the door. Okay. And he roared like a lion and said, Shivas, what are you doing now? Within your home, you are worshiping Lord Nrsimha, and pounding again and again on him. Chaitanya broke the door. And whom do you worship? You are worshipping Nrsimhadev. You know who I am? I am Shri Nrsimha. I am your Nrsimhadev. And Shiva saw a blazing fire, and suddenly his meditation broke. And the moment this was all happening in his meditation, when he was meditating on Nrsimhadev, he saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his meditation, breaking the door of his home and everything and blazing like fire and challenging him. The Nrsimha, Bhagwan ko tum pooj rahe ho, wo main hi to hu. I am the one. Like that, he came and he showed, and then suddenly his meditation broke and he saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sitting in a yoga posture with his four arms and conch shell, chakra, club and gada and padma, Shankha, chakra, gada, padma. And he was roaring like a maddened lion. And he was trying to show his fearfulness. And he started challenging again and again to him that you don't know my true identity. You are worshipping Nrsimha, but I am your Nrsimhadev. I am the one. I left Vaikuntha for all of you. I will kill all the demons, those who are against the holy name. Like this, he showed lot of his characteristics like Nrsimhadev. And Srivas started weeping in tears and he just literally fell onto the feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he offered his folded hands, he recited prayers, and then the Lord told him, and he humbly bring him up and hugged him and say, Shivas, you are my very good devotee. You are my great devotee. And he hugged him and kissed him and assured him that he will be always protected. Hari Hari, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai.
Jai.
Hari Hari, Hari Hari. So, like that, this way, we now know that, how you can move on to the next slide, Mataji. 1 second. Yeah.
Prabhuji, this
So,
one, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mata. I think that was the next one. Yes. So, interesting thing to know, just for the preaching perspective, please remember that somebody may ask you questions. Why Narsinghadev temples we don't generally see in Vrindavan? So most of the Vaishnavas, they are worshipping temples and Radha Kund and all this being inaugurated or surged or brought into light into the devotional aspect, all by the Shad Goswamis. So Narsinghadev temples were not established in Vrindavan. So because it is said that the absence of temples of Lord Narsinghadev in Vrindavan is very easy to understand, because Narsimhadev is not present in the fearful form where the love between Radha and Krishna is being in progress, and those are depicted to the entire devotees community. So that's the reason why even Shad Goswamis didn't. But it is said that there is one temple established by Bhakti Pragya Keshava Goswami Maharaj, the Ugra Narsimha, but it's a small temple, and although no formal worship is done over there, but it is said that still you can continue singing the glories of Narsinghadev even in Vrindavan, because he is Krishna himself. Just for preaching purposes. All right, so go to the next slide, please. So Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakura has written 5 beautiful prayers in Navdeep Bhavataranga for receiving the mercy of Lord Narsinghadev. These prayers are certainly assurance to all sincere devotees that the worship of Narsinghadev is purely in the aspiring love and devotion to Radha and Krishna. So let us quickly, I will read the shlokas. 5 devotees can read the meanings of those shlokas. I'll read quickly the shloka. So can you have 5 devotees? Yes. So I'll start the first shloka. E dushta hirday kama adirupu chaya utinati pratisthasa satya sadaraya hirdaya sadhana ara krishnera basana narsimha charane moe to kamana. Somebody can read these.
Hare Krishna. Within my sinful heart, the 6 enemies headed by lust perpetually reside, as well as duplicity, the desire for fame, plus sheer cunning. At the lotus feet of Lord Narasimha, I hope that he will mercifully purify my heart and give me the desire to serve Lord Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yes, so if you notice all these prayers, and if you notice Bhakti Vinod Thakur's all prayer, Gopinath prayer, he's always blaming his own impurities rather than blaming others. Okay, with that mood, we should read these prayers. Acharya is trying to see his mistakes. What about us? Okay, so I hope that he will mercifully purify my heart. Let's go to the next. Kandiya Narsimha Pade Magiba Kakhana Nirapade Navadvipe Yugala Bhajana Bhaya Bhaya Paya Yanra Darshana Se Hari Prasanna Hai Be Kabe More Daya Kari. Can somebody read?
Hare Krishna.
And these only 5 and we are done. We are done after this.
Hare Krishna, sorry.
No, go ahead,
I will benefit of Lord
Yes,
Narasimha
Mataji.
for being Radha and Krishna in Navadvipa, perfectly safe and free from all difficulties. When will this Lord Hari, whose terrible form strikes fear into fear itself, even become pleased and show me his mercy? Hare Krishna.
Hari, Hari,
Thank
Hari,
you.
Hari. So in this prayer, he is trying that as you have, I want to further my devotion in the worship of Radha and Krishna. I want to understand them more. I want to show my love more. I please bless me, O Narsinghadev. You are only Krishna. That means when we are worshipping Narsinghadev, we are asking Krishna only. But we are asking Krishna's Narsinghadev form. See, that is the beauty of the Lord. He doesn't want, when he says, even if you look at me, Radha and Krishna, just love me. You don't have to even pray for removing difficulties to Radha Krishna. You should pray to his form of Krishna and Radha in the form of Narsinghadev, because Krishna and Radha are not different from each other, right? Vishnu and Lakshmi are not different from each other. So you can worship Krishna in the form of Narsinghadev and say, remove my fear towards you, coming towards you. All right, let's move to the next. Can you come to the yes? Yeah. Yadyapi bhishana murti dushta jiva prati prahlādādi Krishna bhakta jnana bhakta jane bhadra ati kabeva prasanna haye sakripa vachane nirbhaya karibe e mudha akinchane. Read.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Even though Lord Narsimha is terrifying towards the sinful souls, he offers great auspiciousness unto the devotees of Lord Krishna, headed by Prahlad Maharaj. When will he be pleased to speak words of compassion unto me, a worthless fool, and thereby make me fearless? Hare Krishna. Pranams, Prabhuji.
Very good. So we are no one to say that Narsinghadev punished the sinful souls. For us, we should always remember Jogai Madai incident. Even if somebody is sinful, never say, ek din tere ko paap lagega. We are not. If anybody is drinking and falling on the road, think he is still better than you. Because when he will become devotee, when he will become better than us and he will go before us, what will we do? We will continue rotting in the material world. This was told by Anand Leela Prabhu when I was very young in devotional service, and he looked at me at the ant and he said, you know that ant? Always keep your humbleness looking at that ant, and we were washing the plates. He said that ant is eating the prasadam. You know, she will deliver before you and me. I was like, how come Prabhu? ये तो चीटी है, ये चीटी कैसे मुझसे पहले जाएगी? अरे बाबा, तुम्हें इसका मतलब कृष्णा consciousness पता ही नहीं है कि क्या है. Then he narrated me the incident of that cow and all that son of the king birth from Narad Muni's pastime, right? And I said, Hari Bol. That is how we were brought. So even to sinful souls to whom Narsinghadev is punishing, we are nowhere telling Narsinghadev, go and punish sinful soul. Punish me, the sinful soul, so that I become auspicious, and then I will be able to speak the words of compassion unto me, and I am a worthless fool. I'll become of some usefulness for Radha Krishna. Let's go to the next slide. Swachande Baisha he Vatsa Shri Gaurang Dhame Yugala Bhajana Hau Rati Hau Name Mama Bhakta Kripa Bale Vignaya Vedura Shuddha Chitta Bhaja Radha Krishna Rasapura.
Hare Krishna.
Please read.
Padma Mataji.
Okay, Hare Krishna. He will say, dear child, sit down freely and live happily here in Sri Gauranga Dhama. May you nicely worship the divine couple, and may you develop loving attachment for their holy names. By the mercy of my devotees, all obstacles are cast far away. With a purified heart, just perform the worship of Radha and Krishna. For such worship overflows with sweet nectar. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, Mataji.
Next slide. Ei bali kabe mora mastaka upara sviya shri charane harshe dhari beishvara amani yugala preme satvika vikare dharaya lutiba ami shri narsimha dware. Read this.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Saying this, that Lord delightedly place his own divine lotus feet upon my head. I will experience sublime love for the divine couple Radha and Radha Krishna and undergo the ecstatic transformation called Satvika. Falling on the ground, I will roll about at the door of Sri Narsimha's temple. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hari Hari Bol. And the last slide. Shri Shri Narsinghadev Bhagwan ki jai. Shila Prahlad Maharaj ki jai. Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Om Tat Sat. Sorry, it took me so time, but I tried creating this presentation in a flow. I hope you all find it okay.
Thank you so much. So wonderful. Yes, Mataji, over to you. Hare Krishna.
Nice presentation, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for this wonderful presentation, Prabhuji. You always have a different perspective from all of us, Prabhuji. That is the most interesting part of it, and you make it so
I
emotional.
don't know.
And you got us so many wonderful points, and the presentation was so wonderful towards the end, giving us the various slokas and what they meant. And it was a very wonderful account of all your small inputs, which are very important for us in practical life doing bhakti, Prabhuji, because as you say, theory is very easy to learn, but practically when we start doing it, then we realize the actual
Yes,
practical difficulties.
it is.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Pranams. Thank you so much,
You can
Prabhuji.
share. Yes, Mother. Thank you, Mother. You can share this presentation if you all find it
Sure,
useful.
Prabhuji.
I have put it in an
It was very
editable.
nice, Prabhuji. It was very nice.
Please remove my
Yes,
name
Prabhuji. We'll share it
completely
again.
out of
Yes.
it. Like Abhiram Thakur used to never ask, in Chaitanya Charitamrita, you don't find his name. So we have to be Vaishnava. We should immediately ask devotees to remove my name. I put it so that they know that I am the presenter for today. Just remove my name. This is not my presentation. I have not created. God creates it through his energies. It's at all of your lotus feet. Use this, improve it, and share it with the entire universe. No problem.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. It was a wonderful class and so much uplifting and benefiting us on the eve of Narsimha Chaturdashi. Hare Krishna. Pranams, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Anyone has
Thank
any
you,
doubts?
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, is it okay to take questions, Prabhuji?
11 o'clock.
Any-
Moderator
Yes,
Mataji
Mataji.
will,
We'll have to be aware of the time.
Moderator
Yes,
Mataji will
Mataji.
become like Hiranyakashipu to me, and she said, "I will kill you." You are
No,
extending.
Suma
Okay.
Mataji is the coordinator for the day, Prabhuji.
Oh, Suma Mataji. Suma Mataji.
No, as you said, everything is controlled and done by Paramatma, Bhagavan itself. We are nothing. We are not the doers. Correct.
I don't see any hands
Any
raised,
Mataji?
Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Anybody
But I
has
have
any
a question, Prabhuji.
Is it?
I have a question.
I sometimes
So much
feel I am not a good preacher, because if you have questions, that means two things are there. Preacher is not good because he's not able to clarify all the points, and you are very good because you can think so deeply. So let's have your question. Let me see if I can answer.
The class was so good, Prabhuji. I have questions according to my practice with some difficulties that I'm facing, Prabhuji, not related to the class, Prabhuji. It was so good.
No problem. Ask.
I just want to strengthen my faith on the Lord. Only for that I'm asking questions, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
No, good.
So that we will
Please,
be able
please ask. You have full
Hare
rights
Krishna,
to
thank
ask.
Like how you said, no, Prabhuji, in that Jaya Vijaya cursing and Jaya Vijaya stopping them, the sages and the sages cursing them. So it was ordained by the Lord himself. Yes, it was said like that. So in the difficulties that what we had when we came to be a Krishna consciousness is now it's far more greater than what was before. So it's like tests. It keeps growing and increasing and increasing, Prabhuji. So what is it, Prabhuji, like? So is it all ordained by the Lord, or is it our misuse of our free will given to us, or what is the reason, Prabhuji? I'm not able to understand. Is it only to make our bonding more closer to the Lord? Is it coming for that, or I don't know, Prabhuji? You should guide me, Hare Krishna. What for is it, Prabhuji? The difficulties that we face after coming to Bhakti.
Okay, I'll aggravate this question. Imagine I'm going to aggravate this question. Actually, sometimes we see some devotees, they are little hard, but Lord is everything is going good with them. Some devotees, they are so kind and humble, treated very bad. So differences within the devotee community itself, you can see. Some devotees have huge amount of money. Some devotees are even one bread. I have seen they don't have bread to eat. But in the temple, because there is a environment which is being created by the management and it's a devotional environment, Krishna's energy is there. So everybody looks very simple. But the moment those devotees go home, the troubles, they just pound on their heads. Okay. So now how to take this? So I'm aggravating this question. How to take this, that all these things, when I started in Krishna conscious, life was very simple and Now life is becoming difficult and difficult, difficult and difficult. So let's first take the negative part. Yes, it is true that we were very happy and happy-go-lucky. All those devotees who want to, quit and join the other class, or it's okay. I mean, it's only between the, Prabhu. But if anybody wants to stay, you can hear. I don't know how many of us are still remaining in this session. So it is true that initially when we come, we suffer less, and slowly as we go, we suffer more. And sometimes the tribulations become so high that our faith in the Lord is shaken. What to talk about others? I see it even at this stage. Sometimes I feel, Krishna, aisa kyun? Main kya karu? What shall I do? So is it ordained by the Lord? So the first principle we should remember is everybody's journey is individual. So you should stop comparing. Krishna, I started before him. I only brought him into Krishna consciousness. And look, he has done so materially well. His children are doing so well. He is getting every benefits of the world, as if all the chanting is giving him benefits. What about me? My husband doesn't listen to me properly. My son doesn't talk properly to me. Or my job, my manager is struggling. I brought him to Krishna. He is doing so well in materially also. And he is being respected by the management. He is being made the deity in charge. He is being made this. And I am even temple president is not having confidence on my capabilities. What will you do? So stop this comparison. Just move forward, because every soul has his or her individuality, an individual set of karmas, individual actions and reactions. Everything is individual. What we expect among devotees is not to create problems to each other, because devotees in themselves, with their own karmas, are suffering so much. Adi adhyatmic klesha, mental misery, adi bhautik klesha from the problems from the external world, health problems, family problems, children problem. Every problem is so high that we should not disturb devotees unnecessarily, because everybody is under huge pressure. Now, this is how devotee community should behave. They should rather help and extend help. That your son is frequently falling ill, I will take you, I will help you. Like that, the community should help each other. But individually we suffering is because of our individual karma. We know it. Somewhere deep within our heart, we know somewhere we have done some mistakes. So we have to believe in this system that I am the misery creator of my own destiny. Whatever destiny is throwing miseries to me, I am supposed to be responsible for myself. ये तो सोचना ही पड़ेगा इसके, because everybody is coming. Birth time is different from everybody. Death time also is different. That means everybody is in individual journey. Although we come in the form of set of family or something, but everybody is individual after all. The family may be related in spiritual world also as some one family. That is also okay. But within the journey, within the material world, Gauranga Prabhu gives one very good class. It's actually, if you see, you go in the swimming pool, if anybody have done more swimming, the more you stay in the swimming pool, your skin gets more wrinkles and your eyes become more red. The more you stay in the water, jumping water, going up, down, your wrinkles in the hands, and you'll become more, you'll see the water impacting you. Right? Same way, Gaurang Prabhu tells that in this material world, we have so many times taken birth, rebirth, that our consciousness has become like ripples in the hand get ripples when we put the water in the bucket for longer time, hands develop ripples. Like that, it appears. So all troubles come to us one by one. But one thing you will notice, whatever you do, if you continue chanting, if you continue being the association of devotees, you continue praying to Narsingadev, with Navina Narsingadev, you continue to be increasing your knowledge, continue to be humble, continue to be lovable. And आप रोते हो फिर भी उठते हो, मैं रोता हूं फिर भी उठता हूं, फिर रोता हूं फिर उठता हूं. And you become very polite to others, and you know that how you are going through, others may be going through. You stop shouting on others, you improve yourself, take care of your health, continue in the Krishna consciousness, you will shine. You will shine. Despite these efforts and the life not going the way you want, still you will shine. There will be slowly some inner peace coming to you. Whenever you will chant, you will start noticing Krishna's love coming to you. In the darkest of the darkest hour, please remember, Krishna is just a thought away from us, and he knows. It's written in Rig Veda that the soul is tortured in the material world so much till the time he falls on the falls on his own knees. And once he falls on the knees, Lord helps him. Same way we see reverse in the case of Draupadi, Panchali, Yagya Saini, Panchali. What does she say? She is first holding the sari, then slowly with one hand, then with teeth. But later on, she gave up. She knew that nothing can be done. Your son is sick. You cannot do anything about it. He's in the hospital. Your son is in 10th standard. Your husband has just met with an accident, or your family has just met with an accident, or your husband has just lost a job, or you have lost a job, or your son has just lost a job. Whatever be it, whatever has happened to you, you just say, Lord, please save me. मैं नहीं कर सकता, मैं कृष्णा कॉन्शियस नहीं बन पाऊंगा, मैं गिर जाऊंगा, मैं मर जाऊंगा, मुझे प्लीज बचा लो, बचा लो, बचा लो. मैं तो ऐसे ही प्रार्थना करता हूं, और मैं जो कर रहा हूं मैं आपके सामने कर रहा हूं. मैं भगवान के सामने ऐसे ही बोलता हूं, मुझसे नहीं हो सकता प्रभु, ये मेरे को तो ये डिवोटी नहीं समझ में आ रहा, तू क्या समझूंगा मैं तेरे को. आई एम नॉट एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड द बिहेवियर ऑफ दिस डिवोटी. व्हाट आई विल अंडरस्टैंड यू, व्हाट आई विल अंडरस्टैंड माय बॉस, व्हाट आई विल अंडरस्टैंड दिस वर्ल्ड. समटाइम्स आई फील वेरी परप्लेक्स्ड एंड आई से, बाबा मेरे को बचा ले, ये डिवोटी तो बहुत आगे, ये डिवोटी, दिस डिवोटी विल गेट डिलीवर्ड, आई विल नेवर गेट डिलीवर्ड अंटिल अनलेस यू हेल्प मी. आई एम डूइंग व्हाटएवर बेस्ट. चाय छोड़ने को बोला, छोड़ दिया ना बाबा. तूने बोला अनियन गार्लिक छोड़ दे, छोड़ दिया ना बाबा. तू बोलता है नरसिंह देव चतुर्दशी के दिन मंदिर जा, मैं जाता तो हूँ, संडे भी आता हूँ, सब कुछ करता हूँ, मैंने सब कुछ किया, सोना, घड़ी, ये वो सब पहनना छोड़ दिया, एक कंठी माला पहन के बैठा हूं, मैं सब कुछ कर रहा हूँ जो मैं कर रहा हूँ, बस मुझे बचा ले प्रभु, मुझे बचा ले. I am not praying in front of you or acting. Actually, I am considering all of you as part and parcel of Krishna and offer my prayers to Krishna that this is my situation. जो मैं आपके सामने बोल रहा हूँ यही मेरी कंडीशन है, और मैं अभी भी गिर रहा हूँ भगवान के सामने कि भगवान मैं नहीं समझ सकता. He is really, but what to do? Continue in the association of devotees. Continue to be normal. Keep your mind. Don't become paranoid. And then Radhanath Maharaj once saying, I keep in mind, don't take this material world too seriously, Premadata. He told in his Nectar of Drops, I am thinking it to be me. The Premadata, don't take this material world too seriously. Keep your mouth shut. Serve as much as you can. Help. Become helping hands to others. तुम्हें टेम्पल प्रेसिडेंट बनना है क्या? You have to become authority in Krishna. ना बाबा, दासोहम दासोहम दासोहम. I want to become servant. नहीं बाबा, अपने से ये सब नहीं होता, हम सर्वेंट ही अच्छे हैं. प्रभु, आई विल बी द सर्वेंट washing the plates. I will be in Sunday feast. I go and purposely put jhadu so that I want to bring that. Don't forget that where I am going. Are you getting answered? Whoever that Mataji asked question, Suma Mataji asked question, or Haribo. Does this help you?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Did this help you answering this question that troubles will
Sure.
come, you cannot do, you have to tolerate, being our path, just continue being in the association of devotees. Krishna will. जितना कंफ्यूजन आपको मरते वक्त होगा ना माता जी, प्रभु जी, जितना आप सोचोगे कि मैं डिलीवर नहीं हो सकता, उतना ही हम डिलीवर होंगे. जितना आप सोचोगे मैं तो डिलीवर हूं, मैं तो प्रभु, मैं तो बस भगवान कहेगा, शर्माएगा कि आजा बेटा तू अब क्या कर रहा है, आजा आजा आजा. अरे नहीं निकलेंगे हम. मुझे ये डिवोटीज ने बताया. हाँ, द मोर यू बिकम कॉन्फिडेंट, अरे मैं तो बहुत पहलवान डिवोटी हूँ, मैं तो निकल गया, मैंने तो सारी एकादशी की है, नहीं निकलेंगे. द मोर वी आर कंफ्यूज इवन आफ्टर फॉलोइंग, मोर वी आर हम्बल, डरे हुए हैं, क्या हो गया, मेरे को कुछ समझ नहीं आया, प्रभु बचा लो. उसी को प्रभु बचाने आते हैं, ऐसा मुझे बताया गया. आई हैव बीन टोल्ड बाय सीनियर्स. ओके, डज दिस हेल्प यू?
Yes, Mataji. Yes, Prabhuji. Sorry.
This is what Bhakti Vinod Thakur is singing in his prayer. आमी दुराचारी गोपीनाथ, आमी दुराचारी, मैं हूं दुराचारी सबसे बड़ा. It's easy to think, but it practically अपने अपने इंडिविजुअल. मैं तो आज आपको क्लास के सामने एक्टिंग कर रहा हूं, एक्चुअली मैं बाथरूम के मिरर में देख के अपने को ही बोलता हूं, तेरा कुछ नहीं होगा बाबा, तेरा कुछ नहीं होगा, ऐसा बोलता हूं मैं आपको, एक्टिंग करके बता रहा हूँ, वहां मैं खुद को बोलता हूँ आई एम नॉट केपेबल, नॉट केपेबल। अरे डिवोटी मुझ पे विश्वास नहीं करता, तू क्या विश्वास करेगा प्रभु? लाइक दैट आई जस्ट लिव माई लाइफ. If it is helping you, I am just sharing my inner self to you. Nothing hidden from me or you. I mean, I'm just trying to be. Nobody will give this class like this. Anybody? I'm telling you, in ISKCON, nobody will give this class because everybody tries to be very polished and this कि मेरा वीडियो बन रहा है, दुनिया देखेगी. अरे मेरे को क्या करूं मैं इस वीडियो का? What will I do with this class getting recorded? Will I get any money? Or do I expect any money, or do I need any glorification? No, I just want my peace of mind. That I am explaining what I know. That gives me peace.
Yes, Prabhuji. Since it's my practical question, and I give practical answer also, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Hare
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Haan ji.
So we have no voice to talk. Yes, we have your kind self has explained this like anything, that it is to be implemented in our life. And then, if not, definitely we will fall down. The thing what you have told is, this is 100% practical. So it is to be initiated in our life. So I'm grateful to you, Prabhuji. Especially your kind self has told that word, from this material world, there is no need of anything expectation. We have to keep our mouth shut. Then we have to be in Krishna consciousness forever. And pray nursing for welfare of us. So I am grateful to you, Prabhuji. So you have enlightened this like anything. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
I don't know, I have violated time. It's the longest class in your group.
Prabhuji.
And I know Ashish Prabhu is going to throw me out of this group because it's 11:17 now. I'll be thrown out of this group.
Thank you, Prabhuji, so much.
Shall we end with the prayers, Prabhuji? Vancha kalpatarubhyasya.
Yes, yes.
End with the prayers.
Vancha
पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो की जय.
अनंत कोटि वैष्णविंद की जय. श्री प्रभुपाद की जय.
Please don't complain about me to Ashish Prabhu that I took so much time.
All glories to all Mataji who have joined. Krishna. All receive the mercy of Lord. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Really great.
Shall I end the meeting, Prabhuji? Hare
Krishna. You can end the session. End the session.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Pranam.
Hare Krishna. Pranam.